Wah, my shit filthy. So I was listening to a song. So, check it out. New developments. The first thing off the top of my head, I want to tell a little story. Alright, so what was it? About 3 weeks ago, I was talking with an old coworker. Shout out to Devin. Alright. We were bullshitting, whatever, and anyway, so she tells me about we're talking about comedy or something along the lines, and she tells me about a comedian, Doug Stanhope. And I've heard of him before, and I've heard him on Joe Rogan's podcast and whatnot. And but she's like, oh, you gotta check out his specials. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. And so I did. I watched a couple of them, laughed my ass off, fucking learned how gritty the dude was, all that good shit. You know, I was like, yeah, I like him. So anyway, fast forward to about 2-3 days ago, I'd been applying to get a job at a comedy club down here. Excuse me. Tight. And what was going on with that? So it took a minute and whatever, and like I said, one of my last videos, because I think this will be number 50, was that I got fired, but then I was already like, I'd already started the application process to get hired on at this comedy club. So I was like, whatever. So anyway, finally I got the interview, the in-person interview. I had a phone interview, like I had to take a survey, I had to do all this stuff. Finally had the in-person. Well, anyway, so I show up to the domain where Cap City's looking to be built, and or they're about to finish construction and, you know, have their opening. And I show up there, no one's there. I'm like, what the fuck? So I call the dude, and he's in St. Louis, and he says, oh, hold on a second, the manager or something's around, they'll be right there or whatever. I was like, all right. So I went and used the restroom next door, didn't see anyone. I walk out, I was about to go to my car and just, I don't know, and like call him and see what was going on. But anyway, then I saw two ladies standing there. So anyway, I turn back to him, I start walking to him, and like, hey, are you Nick? I was like, yeah. And they're like, all right, cool. Well, hey, we're so-and-so, and we're the ones looking to hire people. I was like, oh, okay. And so it was casual enough, you know, it was cool enough, everything was smooth. And then so I went in there to with the idea that, like, you know, that they'll like, you know, like comedy and funny, whatever. Anyway, so the interview was going well. Sorry, excuse me. I'm at Pluckers and I'm about to eat something, so I'm a little distracted. But everything was fine, going well enough, and then all of a sudden she goes, well, who are your favorite comedians? And just off the top of my head, I was just like, oh, Bill Burr, Doug Stanhope. And right there, she's like, did you hear about what Doug Stanhope did at our club? And I was like, no, what? And then she's like, he had a waitress come up on stage and shave his balls. And she got fired and he got banned for 15 years. And then he came back after 15 years and sold out the show. And I just started laughing. Like, I thought that was funny as shit. And I don't know, it's a comedy show. Like, it's a place for comedy. And fucking, she didn't think it was that funny. So, and I didn't really read it right then and there. I was kind of just taken back. But anyway, so then after that, she's like, anyway, we'll send you an email and let you know we have a few other candidates we're going to cycle through. So I was like, all right, well, sounds good. And then I just left. I was like, hey, that went okay. Like, I don't think it went bad. I don't think it went good. It went okay. More positive than negative. Let's just put it that way. Well, anyway, so then I got an email. And, yeah, they decided not to go with me. And at first I was like, what the fuck? But then I thought back on it, and I think, yeah, she didn't like how lightheartedly I took about what Doug Stanhope did in her fucking comedy club. Because she said she's been doing it for about 35 years. So I think it was like, it personally affected her what that dude did. And I pretty much laughed at her face. So that's my story about that. And anyway, fuck. So I'm back to the grind, trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. I don't know. Tomorrow's March 1st. We'll see what kicks off and how it goes. And yeah, I don't really know what else I got. I'm just looking for a job right now. I filed for unemployment. I got multiple things going at once. Like, I just buckshot it and I see what goes and what's what. So it's kind of just how I do things. Yeah, I don't really know what else I'm gonna do. So God, I miss the days where like you can just like, you're looking for a job and you can just go in there and like fill out application, talk to the manager right there, kind of say what's what, bam bam boom, done. But everyone's like, oh, go online, you gotta go through this shit, and it's just like this fucking, ugh, it's horrible. I hate it. Anyway, less corporate shit. I don't know. I think tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. I should go do it right now, but I'm gonna eat some fucking wings. Wednesday, I'm just gonna go hit some mom and pop shops. Maybe tomorrow too. Maybe I'll stop at a couple. But cause that's where it's at. Like the small stuff, like it's so much easier to get in, talk to them. You have to jump through all these hoops and this fucking boarding process that takes fucking 3 weeks, and then it takes fucking 5 weeks before you get your first check and blah blah blah. So anyway, yeah, I think that's just what I'm gonna do. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for listening, and until next time.